back. Welcome to Shark Coast Tactical Podcast, episode 58. I am here with my homies, but first we also have a special guest. We have the gun writer.
Thank you.
Lee Williams.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Lee Williams is a old school gun writer, correspondent, media person who's been part of this area for how many years?
About 13.
About 13 years. So he's been doing this a long time. I have Omar Essen.
Hello.
Back. We missed you last week, homie.
It was my mom's birthday.
Luke the Glue Andrews.
What up?
And the amazing Dean Carroll.
What's going on, guys?
Now, before we start talking about Lee Williams and what he does nowadays and interesting stuff on his world, we have exclusive information about Glock. Do you guys want to hear?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you really?
Of course.
Okay, so I heard from a reliable source that this is what's going on. All right, so the V series is here to stay. It's going to be the non-MOS version that Glock's going to keep and use for the blue states.
Called it.
You're right.
Exactly on. For whatever reason, they did the big frame ones MOS, though. That one I don't get. The 20s and the 22s.
Either does the person who gave me the information. He doesn't understand that either. Now, the Gen 6 is going to debut at SHOT Show, allegedly. Mm-hmm. And everything from Gen 6 is going to be optic-ready. But it's not going to be the MOS system. Mm-hmm. It's going to be the new system that you see, like Palmetto. How Palmetto had that. Palmetto and Lenny had that one little 43.
The direct RMSC cut.
It's got a funky name. Okay. It's got some funky name. I can't remember it. And I didn't want to start copying notes when I was talking to the guy and say, oh yeah, tell me all the information you have. So it's going to be cut for direct, which makes sense that the 43 and the 48 are not, because the 43, what do you cut it for?
RMSC.
Well, then you're going to make Churchicon mad.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to, I know, but you don't want to make Churchicon mad. None of the big companies want to make each other mad.
Well, for sure.
Acro doesn't want to make somebody mad like.
I'm just thinking if anybody other than Glock makes a slim gun without an RMSC cut, because all the 365s are RMSC direct, all the small shields are.
Yeah, but but Churchicon's still pissed.
Fair enough.
Churchicon. they like us. And then they changed the frame. The frame is almost it feels like the 365. So that grippy, it's almost like fake grip tape. Feels like that.
Oh, okay.
And I've talked to people who've felt them, played with them.
They say it feels nice.
Well, the problem, so the different people who admitted to touching him and talking about him, one guy's I didn't take it apart because I didn't know, and I was already thinking about how much the gun economy is going to be affected by this. Mm-hmm. How much the changing of the the V series, how much the Gen 6 would change the gun economy. Because the percentage points, the gun distributors right now, they're down by a full point in some cases. So that's a lot of money, a lot of commerce that's not being done because Glock decided to do this. And for whatever reason, I mean, I know that it's definitely stopping the whole machine gun thing. We can see that today, right? Right? Everybody saw the video from...
I just saw one before we started.
Did you see it, Omar?
Yep.
I wish we had one.
A Glock with a switch?
Yeah, the V series we have the switches. We have machine gun real ones that we can build into Glock 18s. But we could take one of the Gen Vs and do it too, but then that would be simping. Anyway, so from what the intel that I got, the person said it felt like the 365, how it feels. Rough. So the plastics changed. They changed the whole grip texture.
Do we have word if it's going to be a grip module?
It's a modular gun.
All right, so fire control unit.
Fire control unit, different plastic, same slide, cut with the whatever name it is.
So the plastic is different. It's not just cut different. It's actually different, like polymer on the frame.
Well, I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
So it can't be, they didn't make the texture, because what they're doing is they're going to, in order to do that, you've got to do, you have to injection mold. You have to injection mold, and you have to program the mold to do a certain thing. So they're not like laser engraving it, they're injection molding it, and it's going to be completely different. I mean, I hope it's the same plastic.
Yeah.
But it completely changes everything that we do as far as the grip stuff. Like it remains to be seen if we can laser engrave on it.
Mm-hmm. If they're going to be grip modules instead of frames, people, I'm sure, will start making blanks for them that are semi-decent. So even if,
that's a good idea.
yeah. Even if, the one stock from Glock has a stippling that you can't shave off or whatever, I'm sure somebody will offer. Maybe somebody will make an aluminum grip module for it.
Oh, yeah. Can't imagine who's going to make that. Can't imagine who's working on that right now.
If they still have channel liners, I'm going to be mad.
It's a big deal. Like it changed. I've talked to several people today about the whole what it's done. Oh my God! Like in the distributor level, it's fucked everything up. And all right, so imagine Glock sells 80,000 units a month, right? And that's a regular month that they use. That's 80,000, and that's like when they say 80,000 ship. It's not like us. Yeah, we'll get done. It's not like when we build stuff. We'll send you 500 a week. Yeah, no. It's 80,000, and then it just stopped, right? Like, and everything that the distributors had left gone. So creates this whole vacuum of, and then some people like, all right, well, I'll just go buy a SIG, but I mean, it's Glock buyers. So most people, the economic impact that it's had on the gun industry is
huge. Yeah.
Huge. Quite a bit, but it's all right.
Hopefully it's good.
Well, at least the 43 for this year, the 43X and the 48 not changing, at least for this year, which is fucking, oh God. Because we just got an order for 2,400 additional, we have an order for 2,400 guns until May.
Nice.
We had people order 400 per month for 6 months.
So the 43 just stays the same. That still comes in an MOS model?
Yes.
43? Okay.
But we don't care about that. We're just going to cut them.
If I had to guess why they're doing that, I mean, that was the first thing I thought of was when you first asked me. Well, I said I think Gen V is just the blue state model, and then I think the Gen 6 / the G50 is going to be a fire control unit. That's what I think. I think it's going to be the Glock 50. It's going to be a fire control unit. You can put a 26 sized frame, a 19 sized frame, a 17 sized frame, and the slides and whatnot. That's what I had predicted, and that's what you're saying is probably going to come. Obviously, the fire control unit that goes into the double stack Glocks would not fit into the slimline ones.
But will they sell the frames?
What's that?
That is not like them to sell their components. They're not big component sellers. They're going to have to.
That's the whole point of a modular gun, though.
I'm with you, but they're not they're if you go to 6 Hour's website, they fucking sell everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, they are very, very big. I want to say whore, but they sell the fuck out of everything that you want to buy a part. Here you go. You slide. Here you go.
My prediction is that that's what's going to happen. Is it's going to be the Glock 50, which is going to be the Gen 6.
Why do you say the Glock 50?
Well, because they've been saving 50 for a while. They've been teasing that the 50 is going to be a big deal, and they just haven't released it. And then,
where have you gotten this information?
What do you mean?
I've never heard the 50 being used in the nomenclature.
Well, they go up one by one.
Yeah.
From the 17, which was Gaston Glock's 17th patent.
It
just goes up one each one they make. So they made the 47, they made the 48, they made the 49.
How long have they been out? Have they been out 50 years?
Glock?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. Yeah.
When's the 50th year anniversary?
I think it passed.
Ah, shit.
Anyways, the Glock 50 is big deal, big number, whatever. And everybody was debating on what they're going to do for the 50. Are they going to make like a 50 AE one? Are they going to make something super different and crazy? I think the 50 is probably just going to be a fire control unit. And then, like I said, you can buy the slides and whatever slide length and grip length you want to put on it. and then probably the next one that comes out will be the 51, which will be either a slimline fire control unit or it'll be a big fat one for the big calibers. That's what I'm suspecting will happen. I think Gen 6 and Glock 50 will launch together. The Gen 6 will be the Glock 50 and it'll just be a fire control unit.
Do you think it'll feel like a Glock or do you think it'll feel like a Zev?
I wouldn't say Zev, because Zev, maybe they do it that way.
Zev is kind of fatty.
Zev's got a weird way of doing it where the fire control unit goes all the way out to the rail. Like the serialized part is the bottom rail right here of the Glock. So I don't know if Glock will do it that way. In my mind, they're probably going to try to do something similar to the RXM or the 320, where it's like the trigger pack we know of. Mm-hmm. The Zev OZ9, from what I know, kind of predates the whole like standardized fire control unit thing. So I believe their serialized part sticks out to like where your light rail goes.
And Luke, they're after your girl.
Who, Ruger?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard.
They're after.
That was another thing I was discussing with my buddy the other day, is that Ruger released the RXM and it did very well. Like, all things considered, it was a good selling gun. They haven't done anything with it. They haven't released, like, it's just the 19 one. I could not believe why they haven't released, 1,000 different things that you can buy for the RXM.
Oh, I'm sure it's coming. It's Ruger.
Well, the fact that they haven't done it already makes me think that maybe they got a tip off that after they made the RXM is like, hey, in a year or so, Glock is going to do their own one. And maybe they're thinking, maybe let's not invest a lot of resources into making different variations of the RXM if it's going to...
That's not like Ruger. They're fucking robber barons, man.
I was wondering, I mean, RXM's been out for over a year now, right?
Yeah, I'd say right about a year.
Why isn't there a 17 or a 45?
Because they released that stuff at SHOT Show. Because they all release stuff on SHOT Show and... What's it called? NRA.
Yep.
It'll be really fun to, if this does end up being the case, I think the biggest plus that'll come from this is that the really cool gun ideas like the Flux Raider do not have to be built on 320 FCUs anymore. I think that'll be a good positive that comes from all of this.
I'm sure, like, the reason, I bet, has something to do with them taking over Anderson's factory. Because the factory, because they bought Anderson, right? Anderson in Hebron, Kentucky.
Who?
Ruger.
Oh, Ruger. I thought you were saying Glock bought. Like,
no, Ruger bought Anderson in Hebron. I think it's called Hebron, Kentucky, like not so long ago. And they're changing. They're not going to build ARs. They're just going to build the RXM there.
Yeah, then they're ramping up for something.
They're ramping up for something. They're changing, like, because they've got to get injection molders and all kinds of different shit. But I guarantee you they'll probably come up with a 43-ish.
Well, RXM makes their Magpul makes the plastic parts, so they've got the injection molding.
Good point.
Done by Magpul, so probably they use it to make slides and whatnot.
We know Magpul has this propensity to be really fast at things sometimes. Remember?
We love Magpul.
What was that foldy gun that was supposed to come out?
The FPC, I think.
Remember that? Like they had some foldy fucking gun, and then you got it. Zev.
Yeah.
The
Zev
FMG
took it over.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But the Magpul had it 5 years ago. Right? Am I right?
Magpul's been teasing that since like 2007.
Yeah.
The FMG 9 has been like, they made it as a prototype and then they never released it, and then they teased that they would release it and then they never released it, and then they teased that they would release it and they never released it, and then they said they were going to release it and then didn't release it. They finally got a prototype at the SHOT Show I went to a couple years ago, and it was so clearly like not going to come out because they wouldn't let you touch it. There was the Magpul guy could just hold it and he could show you that when you hit the button.
I remember that.
Yeah, but then
you weren't allowed to touch it.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to touch it. Then the most recent SHOT Show we went to, Zev had one in their booth and you could touch it. And I have a video of me touching it. And I asked the guy.
Millions of views.
Yeah, and I asked the guy, I'm like, dude, when are we getting it? And he told me an exact date. I don't remember the exact date, but he was like, I can guarantee it. That's when it's going to come out. And that date has passed.
Oh, yeah.
It's still not out.
We recently took in, we got rid of agency. Not by choice, but, well, yeah, totally by choice. I told them to go fuck themselves. But, and we brought in Zev instead. And so now we get the rights to the foldy gun. Because you don't get the foldy gun unless you buy a regular Zev.
Because that's built off the OZ9 fire control unit.
Yeah, well, they just don't want people to just buy their foldy guns. They want people to invest in their whole line. And it's a So
Well, B&T made that, right? Too.
They made the Because We Can, the BWC, which is like
because never worked. That fucking thing never worked.
They were like, Magpul's not coming out with it, so we'll just make one because we can. And
it never fucking worked.
They called it the Because We
Yeah,
Can.
B&T. I'm talking to you. It never. Where is mine, by the way? Do they still have it?
I think
Does
they
anybody
might.
know?
I don't know. You'd have to ask.
I've never seen it come back.
I've seen
Right?
people rocking them.
No, just wheels in general. I never seen it come back.
We've had 3 of them, and none of them have worked.
Oh, lovely.
Maybe they'll make one with the Glock Gen 6 fire control unit. It'll work.
We love B&T, but I shot my B&T and my Exigent can the other day, like the Vanish and the B&T next to each other again. I still like the B&T. I mean, the Vanish is quieter and stuff. But I like just how the B&T feels. Does that sound weird?
Yeah.
Like I like how it feels.
Why is that weird?
Oh, like because I'm sure Omar is the king of telling me if I'm weird.
You like how, like, weight-wise, or?
I don't know. It just feels
It
good.
feels good in his hand?
No, it doesn't feel good in my hands.
Are you grabbing the can while you shoot?
No, just when I shoot it, it's I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that it's on the Mark 1 versus the.
Oh yeah, if they're not on the same gun, then obviously.
So you think
yeah.
it's not a.
Oh yeah, I shot this can on the $3,500 gun, and I shot this can on the $1,200 gun, and the $3,500 gun just felt so much better.
It does. It feels so much better. I was gonna swap them, but I thought, nah, I've got to predict anyway. So Lee Williams, I've known you forever. He wrote an article on the Seidel brothers, 13 years ago, because they were shooting AKs and suppressing them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, long time ago, and in it was in the paper.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, 13 years ago, there was a dude writing articles about gun stuff in the paper.
And they were publishing it.
And they're publishing it. That's how...
In print.
In print. That's how different the world was.
That all changed.
It all changed. What happened with the paper?
We got bought by Gannett.
What's that?
And Gannett is this huge... Well, I think they're the largest journalism firm in the country now.
Okay.
And things did not go well. I had worked for Gannett. I mean, here I am. I'm a full-time reporter. I was an editor then, too. And was writing about guns. I had a gun blog, a gun website that was sponsored by the paper. And
it was getting traction, though. You had readers, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thousands of them. Thousands of them. Gannett didn't give a shit. It's guns. It's gone. I was ordered to stop writing. I was ordered to stop telling people I worked for the paper if I was having a gun conversation. And they killed it. And then about 2 months later, they got rid of me and they got rid of our editor. Now, the day after I'm fired, I was on Mark Walters' radio show.
Who's Mark Walters?
He has Armed American Radio.
Ah, the guy in Orlando?
No, he's in Georgia. It's a national program. It's a great show.
Okay.
And he calls me up. I was on him at least once a week. Calls me up and said, "Hey, Alan Gottlieb from the Second Amendment Foundation is going to be calling you. Answer your goddamn phone." So I did, and Alan called and said, "Hey, I want you to come work for the Second Amendment Foundation and be our investigative reporter." And I've been working for them. In February, it'll be 5 years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Don't have to worry about, gosh, is there an editor going to see me writing about guns? Or, God, couldn't even bring a gun in the building. But Second Amendment Foundation has made up for it. It's just...
And what is the Second Amendment Foundation?
It's a pro-gun organization. They sponsor a lot of things, including me. And they're interested in the legal aspects of promoting the Second Amendment. If some group screws around, they'll sue. They're pushing right lawyers. Now. They're pushing right now for a lot of national stuff. SAF.org. It's a fantastic organization. Alan Gottlieb is our chair. I think this is his 50th or 51st year with that.
Oh, so it's been around for 51 years?
Yeah, it's based in Washington State.
Okay. Well, they're not doing too well in Washington State.
No.
Did they not help with it? You can't have suppressors there. You can't have ARs there.
Anything there.
You can't have anything there anymore.
No.
What happened?
They're doing well in the rest of the country. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Well, what happened to Washington? wasn't it something in Washington that they said you can have everything you want, but you have to take a class. Just trust us and vote for this thing. And then everybody voted for it, and they said, by the way, we have no idea what this class is or when it's coming, so you're just going to have to wait to get your gun rights back.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, they just did the same thing in Delaware.
Really?
You have to take a class, including 8 hours of training, to get a card to allow you to walk into a gun shop and buy a firearm.
That doesn't seem very right.
It doesn't seem very legal.
No.
No. It'll be around for 6-8 months,
What will be around?
that law, before it's challenged.
So are they challenging it right now in
Oh,
Washington?
yeah, I'm sure they will.
How's it going?
Pretty well. I mean, Second Amendment, we don't lose. I mean, we'll get put off for a while, but it's an incredibly successful organization. I've been focused on one thing. Pretty much has been Tate Adamiac.
Who's that? Is that the Navy guy?
Yeah,
Do you guys know the story?
No, I do not.
I do.
it's terrible.
Tell us the story, Lee.
Tate was in the Navy. He's in active duty E6.
An E6.
Yeah, and he had actually been chosen to go to SEAL school, which for an active duty guy, especially at E6, is rare. So he is pumped. I mean, he'd been down to Southern California and checked it out, San Diego area, was going to be a SEAL, and he would have made it too. Unfortunately, while he was in the Navy, he had a website. He did not have an FFL, but he had a parts website. So he was selling all kinds of gun parts, going crazy, buying kits, selling kits, keeping them. He was one of a certain website's top 500 dealers. And the next thing you know, he's sitting at his house and ATF comes crashing in.
Oh, yeah.
They hit him with like 18 different agencies.
During what presidency was this?
Who do you think? It was just a couple of years ago. Okay. Joe Biden. They kicked out his door.
Joe Biden.
They were going to cut open his safes. He says, no, I'll open them. Went through everything that he had. He had nothing illegal. I mean, nothing illegal. And they took everything. They even took a bunch of coins he collected from underneath his bed, and they charged him. And I mean, he had RPGs, kits, DWAT RPGs. They kept him in prison. The Navy never really bought into the charges. Rather than kicking or demoting him to E1 and booting him out, he was in jail as a Navy E6. He was being paid up until his enlistment ran out. So he at least had some money. They dropped charges, they refiled charges, but then they bring in this cat from ATF who's a former gunsmith, now gone over to the dark team, and he
What's his name?
I forget his name.
Okay.
Bodell is his last name. He's working out east. They bring him in, and he redoes everything like you can't believe. He had a toy Sten submachine gun. A toy. It's a toy. It doesn't fire. They put in a real Sten barrel. They put in a real Sten action. Magazine wouldn't fit in the toy magazine well, but they got it to fire one round. Boom, it's a machine gun. I mean, he had semi-automatic handguns like the KG9 and capable of firing from semi-automatic from an open bolt. Mm-hmm. Very rare. I mean, what would one of those go for here? 5,000-6,000?
A KG? I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're expensive machine guns. But the worst thing was he had 2 RPGs that he'd got in California. They were DWAT. I don't think one of them was ever an actual working RPG. Airlines allowed him to fly back to his base with the RPGs. They said that they were obviously destructive devices. And they reworked them. I've done 30 stories on this poor cat, and I have devoted more than one to his RPG saga. They took him apart. They put in real parts to get it to fire. They bring in the RPG kit, which is a firearm in and of itself. It shoots a 7.62 by 39 millimeter round. They pop that in. Boom, they get one round off. It's a destructive device.
So if you put a gun into your non-gun, it makes it a gun. Therefore, you have a gun, is what they're saying.
Right.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I found online that you can buy RPGs, DWAT RPGs, with the gun itself. Because it's not even a bolt action. You got to take it apart to get the round back in, which they're selling online right now. The same thing that he was charged with. So I've done a lot. I was a journalist for 20 years. I've done a lot of stories on guys who've screwed up or guys who've got in trouble with the government. But I've never seen anything like this in my career where you got a guy who's dedicated. I mean, right now he should be leading a SEAL platoon in combat. And he's on his third year of a 20-year sentence with absolutely nothing wrong. I mean, I'm having a hard time sleeping at night. You know, I talked to him today. He'll call once or twice a week. We work on stories together. It just blows my mind that nobody from ATF, and we got a new ATF head today, nobody from ATF has said to the justice.
That gives me a lot of confidence.
Yeah. Nobody from DOJ has said, hey, let this guy out. This is one of these fucked up Biden deals, and this kid deserves to be free.
Can we get a pardon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why is it so? Allegedly, like, Donald Jr. is the head of the conglomerate that owns Grab a Gun.
Right.
Right. So he's in the know. No one can get to him and say, hey, can you get to your dad? And
I've been doing this for 9 months.
Okay.
9 months. I've seen letters, probably 100 letters sent to Trump, 100 letters sent to the pardon people, 100 letters sent to our current AG, Pam Bondi.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know. They're waiting for something, or they're not saying what they're doing, or they just don't give a shit. But
who did they pardon the other day?
everybody that they've pardoned lately has actually committed crimes.
Yeah, I know. Didn't they pardon the gambler guy?
Yeah.
One of the sports star who was gambling. He got caught gambling with coke and whores.
Yeah.
they
That's
do that?
okay.
And he actually committed crimes, right? And was making
Yeah.
money on gambling.
Tate did nothing wrong, and he gave up what would have been a brilliant naval career.
Who are the people that get everybody off death row?
The Innocence Project?
That's it.
You got to be facing a life.
You gotta be facing life or death.
Yeah.
It seems to me like almost they're making the calculation that it's not worth the political capital it's going to cost, which is awful.
I know.
That's
So when he was, who was representing him?
He had, I'm not going to name them, they were rather shitty attorneys. They joked about the fact that they confiscated their RPGs. They said things like, oh, aren't they going to be laughing when they find out their toys? He's currently convicted of possessing two RPGs, two DWAT RPGs.
Yeah.
These are were his attorneys. Now he's got a new attorney. He's got an appeal coming up.
So he fired his first attorneys.
Well, he got convicted and sent to prison. Yeah, they're done. He's got a great appeal attorney, right? An appellate attorney.
So, and they were federal.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's in federal prison in New Jersey.
Did he have a federal jury? Did he have a federal attorney?
Yeah, he did, and he's in federal prison right now in New Jersey. He's got a room with 20 dudes sleeping in it.
Okay, well that's not that bad. Could be 30 dudes. Could be by himself.
Yeah.
And like it's that place in where is it? Denver? Where's Supermax at? Somewhere in Colorado?
Colorado, yeah.
Yeah, I mean I hear that place is no fun. So it could be worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so what I've always thought about with these different places, like I didn't know of the Second Amendment Foundation, but like GOA or all these people or the NRA or all these people that who claim to support gun rights, what's really needed in my eyes is a legal fund.
Well,
is there something like that available?
That's weird that you're mentioning that right now, because for the first time we're seeing all of these groups banding together now. I can't tell you how many lawsuits now I've seen where NRA, FPC Firearms Policy Center,
Yep.
GOA,
Yep.
and NRA will
Yep.
step in. I mean, we just had our conference out in Salt Lake City, the SAF did, and there was the head of NRA was there and talking. I've never seen pro-gun groups get together like they do now. It's refreshing.
But still, do they actually do stuff? Like, I mean,
yeah.
I get like you sue the government and you get famous things going on, but like, where were these organizations when your friend needed them, or when like, I mean, how many gun shops got shut down during Biden? Over 500.
Yeah,
and then like, who represented those gun shops?
I don't know. I don't
See,
know.
like that's what I'm saying. Like that, is there ever? So you're involved with it. Is there ever been a? Has it ever come up? Like, hey, maybe we should have free legal or at least some type of program. Cause like the ones that are out there, like there's, you pay a fucking shitload of money to use attorneys, and they're not that good.
Well, SAF doesn't do defense work. Okay. They're trying to change the laws to stop these bullshit charges from coming.
Yeah. I get it. But like how can you really help people? Like so your guy who just got, who got railroaded.
You know, we help people. We take every fucking ATF agent, and especially that guy that made these guns out of toys, and we throw their asses out. Or we throw their ass in jail for perjury.
Yeah.
Because they're lying under oath.
Yeah. I mean,
We should do that more.
Yeah.
I fought the ATF twice, and one time I was really poorly misrepresented. And
that's common now. Who has that experience as an attorney?
lots of them.
Okay.
Like the attorney that I have now is pretty solid. And the attorneys that I had, I'm sure that they did the best that they could. But like I remember the attorneys telling me to give up.
Oh, fuck that.
And saying just give up. And like I remember
Your attorney?
I was walking my dog in the alley. I think Bear when he was young. Maybe Bear and Duke, but I was walking Bear like when he was young in the alley, and the attorney, the head guy of the organization, saying, "Sell what you got. Your wife is beautiful. You have a little baby. Go sell tacos on the beach. You'll have enough money." And I said, I didn't fucking do what they said I did. I'm not doing it. I'm going to fight them. And if you don't want to fucking help me, I'll find somebody else. And he's like, "All right, it's all I need to hear, Will." And we fought them and we won. I mean, you never really win with the government. You settle, and you settle where you can fight again. But I mean, like the thing that I needed was I needed like the first time it happened, I needed help legally. The second time it happened, I needed legal help. But what really like fucks you too is if it gets federal, because then you need a whole different type of attorney, and you need a lot of money. And if you can't, and that's the key with the government, like if you can't afford to fight them, you're fucked.
Well, this was one of 3 cases that I've examined. This is by far the worst.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, you got a gun dealer who sold. He had a shed by his house where he worked in rural Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And he ended up selling some rounds to some guy, to some informant who has a felony on his record. And they took everything from him.
Yeah, they do that. And they try to we had a guy working for us. I don't know if I should say this on the podcast, but we had a guy working for us, and worked for us for 2 years, and nice guy, you know, and we got back from SHOT Show and fucking disappears. And we're like, fuck. And immediately I think fucking Fed's got him. And so we use our resources and we find, sure as shit, he's in Fed jail.
Oh no.
Like, and they throw you in Fed jail and you don't get to call anybody or anything. It's not like regular jail. And then we found out that he was working here and he took guns that he bought from us. And not guns that he didn't come and buy like a fucking AR and then go meet some guy after work and sell it. He sold a gun that he bought, like a Taurus that he bought in June, and then sold it to an undercover informant in November.
Oh.
And the undercover informant said, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a felon," and bam.
See, that's not that shouldn't even be a crime.
Well, it is, and I mean, we advise people not to do that, and we and what I think happened is they fucking came in here. They came in here. They tried to get us to do something dirty, and then like how our paperwork is, like we've got a system where like multiple people could have to look at something before we transfer guns out, and so it's really hard to do something not on the up and up.
Right.
And this is after 15 years of doing this. Like now we have a really good system, but so I think that they try to do something funny, and then I think they're like, "Hey, you want to meet me later on?" and something like that, or because I mean, I can't imagine, the guy that it happened to, like he was like family, and then now he just Haven't seen him since we came back from SHOT Show.
Oh, it's sad.
It's so sad.
But that's the way the ATF works.
100%. What I'm saying is there's, for people like that, for people like the government, when the government comes to get you, there's no, like, if it was racial or something, there's the Southern Poverty Law Group that could help you, but there's no like agency that can help you if the government's coming after you for
Okay, I
false
see
gun
what you're
charges.
saying. I think that's a great idea, but it would take millions, brother. Or we could just get rid of the ATF.
You know, I mean, what do you think, Omar?
What he said. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just getting fiery over there, aren't you?
Oh, I'm a little. I always get upset. I have this flaw where when I hear about things that I have absolutely zero ability to do anything about, I start getting fired up. It's just annoying. Like
It's life.
it's incredible to me. Like you said, this happened. What? It's his third year.
He's starting his third year of a 20-year federal sentence.
Yeah.
And it's very clearly, like, so very clearly just bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we have allegedly full Republican control,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
and nobody's done anything about it.
And people are being pardoned as we speak. Like, they've pardoned plenty of famous people. They pardoned all of January 6th.
And literally, he did nothing
wrong. I know this story. I've known it since it's happened. Like, I've been following. It's a pretty famous story. Like, I've seen it, and I follow. I don't get your emails anymore. It's weird, but
We'll fix that.
But the yeah, absolutely.
What makes me mad too is that, like, you hear about people getting caught with switches and they don't, you know, they barely get any, like, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, but, you know, this guy has nothing and he gets 30 years. It's like, make it make sense.
There has to be.
doesn't.
So, like, to me, there has to be something that we're not hearing. Like, there had to be some fuck up on the attorney.
That's the number one.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing I get. And let me tell you, brother, there's nothing. There's not anything I'm not mentioning. I've gone through everything he had, everything they took from his home, everything they charged him with initially versus everything he's in prison for now. You know it. There's nothing there. It's not like, oh, and by the way, he had a full auto Uzi or that I'm not mentioning. No, he had nothing. He was smart. This was a great way for him to make money while he was in the Navy, selling parts kits, hell, he had some uniform accessories.
Did they give him the chance to open an FFL?
No, that was never mentioned. They offered him a deal,
What was the deal?
5 years. I mean,
For nothing.
For
That's-
nothing.
Yeah, that was it. That was the deal.
Yeah, 5 years.
That's why they're slamming him, because they didn't take the deal.
Well, they just had a hearing and they said that they found out, they realized that what Tate and his attorney had been saying is he was double charged. So he's got a hearing coming up where they're going to take some time off. But in my humble opinion, he should be innocent. He should be freed and he should sue the dog shit out of the ATF.
Can you sue the dog shit out of the ATF?
Under certain circumstances, yes.
I mean, I don't think the Branch Davidians got to sue the dog shit out of the dog killers.
No, they should have.
The Weavers got like $100,000, I think, each.
No, they got $2 million.
2 million.
2 million?
$2 million, yeah.
Okay, never
Look, we
mind.
both know. I follow that story pretty well too. I mean, it's like hearing all these things. I am empathetic because I've been on the side of like I spent probably 4 years fighting them, at least maybe 5. I fought them for 2 years and then it went away and then they fucking found something else and came right back. And it made me old. Like, I remember, like, my old boss said, like, dude, like, you've aged. Like, you and Lori have aged. And it made us, like, me and Lori were young, ish. And then by the time it was over, we were old.
Ugh.
But you know, it's all right though. Things happen. You know, it sucks. But I'm very empathetic with people who, like the 500 gun dealers who just got their shit pulled. You know, because when they came during the Biden administration, they came, you know, and they just show up and they're like, all right, either you can surrender your shit and end your living, or you can show up to the revocation hearing. What do you want to do? And most people just said, I'm out. And those aren't even recorded.
No.
Those are just people deciding that figure on the ATF's website is not even recorded. But then in addition, there's like 500 during the Biden years that lost their license, and now it was revealed when Trump took office, if you lost your license, to reapply for it, and maybe you'll get it back. But by this time, like, your fucking life is done.
Yeah.
Your guns are gone.
Your guns are gone. Your shop is gone. We had a kid. Remember that kid? What was his name? We had that kid working for us who was the laser guy. And the night laser guy. And his parents had a shop in Chicago, in the Chicago area. Fucking nice one. And they lost their shit. Ugh. Mara from Tampa Tactical, she lost her shit. And a lot of times, like with my friend Mara in Tampa Tactical, I said when I found out things were going down, I'm like, all right, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I'm, these lawyers, they seem pretty cool. I'm like, what are they doing? I don't really know. I'm like, your fucking thing is like in a week. You don't know what your strategy is, or no, they say it's going to be real easy. I'm not really worried about it. And that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of times the lawyers just fuck you.
Yeah.
Like you get these people who, the trauma that happens when you have to fight fucking the government. You're just looking for anybody who'll help you, and you think someone is going to help you, and they're just taking your fucking money, and they know you're going to lose because it's the fucking government.
That's what happened during his trial. I mean, he's known in prison, in his cell block with the 20 other dudes. They know he's innocent.
Yep.
They know he hasn't committed any crime, which just also blows my mind. All he's doing is eating and working out, hoping if he gets out, he still wants to be a Navy SEAL if he's
young enough.
If he's young enough. It's sad. And it pisses me off.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's not just sad. Like,
think how many stories like that are all over the country.
Yeah.
From what the ATF did in the 4 years of Biden. Like, what about the guy who, the air traffic guy? The air traffic guy out of Oklahoma City. They showed up to his house and killed him.
Shot him dead.
Tape over his doorbell camera.
Yep.
Yeah, shot him dead. And like, where's that? I mean, how many?
The family has sued on that, but we'll see. I mean, he's not coming back.
No. The thing, it sucks on so many levels because, I mean, number one, it's an inalienable right. That's part of who we are.
Yeah.
And they're just shitting on it.
That's why I'm so glad when I come in here and I see your shop and you're doing so well, and then I hear about your security practices, because I worry about every dealer I know, because the ATF is fucked. Mm-hmm. And I think it really does need to go. I know Trump today has proposed a new person to head it. He was the number 2. He's going to be the number 1 now, Robert Cicada.
Okay, what's his record like?
No comment.
Yeah, I mean, they're all ATF.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we just try to, like, you have a different, you've written about stuff that I haven't agreed with. And like the instance where you wrote about Bass Pro one time, not approving.
Right.
You wrote that. And like, see, the difference between is like, I know where they can get me. And I have to
context. The Bass Pro, what was it?
So Lee wrote Bass Pro does what we do.
It's a few years ago.
So Bass Pro does what we do. Like, if you and your wife, I mean, you don't have a wife, but you guys are living in the same place, and you get a non-approval, and the wife gets an approval, right? So Bass Pro will say, we can't sell you the gun because you are with somebody who's prohibited and they live at the same place. And that's a direct violation of the fucking Second Amendment. Like, you should be able to take that gun. But the problem is if the gun dealer lets the gun go and there's something happens, or if the person who audits you, right, the IO who audits you during your next audit, who notices that you let it go, you are culpably negligent in the eyes of the ATF. And that can cause they can choose it to be what's it called? A violation, right? During your closing conference.
So the ATF inspector gets to make that call.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that.
That's reality, dude. Like, so when you get in trouble with the ATF, what happens is let's say if you get in trouble, right? As a gun business, you get a letter that comes and it says you've been revoked, you're fucked. It's no big deal, but if you'd like to fight it, you can show up at this time, and that's it. And you don't need a lawyer, is what it says. It says you don't need a lawyer, and then you show up, and then the person who decides if you're not guilty of what they're saying is the person who charged you.
Are they a judge or a prosecutor or even an attorney, or are they ATF?
No, it's the
Special agent?
No, it's not. They're not special agents. They're the people who go through the shops. Like, so you have
the IOs.
The IOs. So the IO gives the information to the DIO. The DIO then decides if you've been a bad person and you need to lose your license. And then if you want to fight it, you have to go to a hearing where you state your case to the person who said to revoke your license. And then there's an outside DIO, usually retired, who's supposed to be a mediator, but they don't do anything. So you have to. So it's kind of like a kangaroo court. And so there's no. It's real fucked up.
Well, I know the way you are. I've looked at your business for years, and I've always admired it. You're not going to, whether or not ATF even existed, you're not going to sell a gun to somebody who shouldn't have a firearm.
But it's with the ATF, how they want you to be is they want you to be like a detective.
Oh, God.
like it's like the who are they? Who's the people who lost their license in town? Jim.
Oh,
remember Jim?
J&M?
J&M Gun Repair.
Yeah.
Right, because like the guy bought the like a girl bought a 5.7 or some shit. Like the girl bought a 5.7 and they proved that it was a straw sale, and the ATF said that if you can't figure out what a straw sale is, you don't need a license.
Around that time where it was really bad, and I think it was right around the time where J&M got shut down, I remember you were telling me, like, or all the salesmen, like, you guys have to, if any sale just doesn't look right, as sexist as it may be, you got to let me know so we can make the final call, because it was that bad. It's like, if a small lady walks in and she wants a Draco, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. It's your constitutional fucking right. Anybody can buy any gun, but they expect you to go and start asking questions about it if 100%. Like it doesn't seem right.
Yeah, you have
which
to.
Is insane.
You've got to be fucking Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
And if like in the Bass Pro thing, like, so say if the person's prohibited, there's a reason why they're prohibited, right? And let's say they get a hold of the gun and smoke somebody. Now you're really fucked. Like if they get a hold of the gun and they smoke somebody, even though it's not you have nothing to do with it. You've obeyed the law. It's constitutional right for that other person to get a gun. But if the bad person gets it, and forget it. You're liable. You're losing everything. You're fucking felonies and shit. Like it's crazy. So, but through the us fighting, the ATF twice, like we learned everything. Like for instance, there's this one time we got in trouble was we got a back when we were using phones. So some guy bought a gun and called up and they're like, all right, number, approval. Okay, cool. Right. So sign it off, gave it to him. That was it. It was before the mandatory 3-day wait on rifles. Remember, it was before this. And then allegedly they called back and said he was not approval.
Well,
right. And the system, right? Because you get numbers, the system that says disappears. Like, so you get a list of numbers that you get, right? And those numbers can change on you.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. And so what we started doing, like once we figured out that's what they did, we were like, oh, so that's why every day we screenshot the numbers, the approval numbers, and screenshot and save them, because they fuck up sometimes and give you an approval when it's a non-approval, and then they'll call you back and say, oh, hey, could you go get the gun? Like, motherfucker, the guy's gone. And because that happened once we figured that out. It happened 4 or 5 times over the years. And we'd have to run, the guys in the gun show, we have to run, or we're going to call, hey, dude, you got non-approval, you got to come back, or we're fucking. So, but the thing is what happens is that number becomes a non-approval in the big list of numbers. And if you don't take a picture of it, the ATF will come in and audit you a year later.
Oh, God.
And say, I got a non-approval on this. How do you have an approval? Well, it's approval. No, it's not. It says non-approval right there. Ugh. Well, no, I wrote down, because we had the number in the fucking form, and it was approval. Like, no, it wasn't approval, it was non-approval. And you have no proof. And they don't teach you that. There's no fucking gun dealer school.
Right.
And they don't teach you that, like, when they're doing your, when you get your license. They don't say, okay, by the way, you probably wanted to, really focus on this and focus on your numbers and make sure you have them and your forms. And it's just stuff that we've learned along the way to, from attrition and people doing things wrong. So, like, you look at things as a pure Second Amendment advocate.
Right or wrong.
Right or wrong. Whereas I look at things like I know exactly what they can fucking pinch us for. And I have to run my shop according to that. Ugh. It sucks.
I really wish I could go back in time and tell the founding fathers to write the Second Amendment like they're explaining it to a 5-year-old. Just make it crystal clear.
Hey, can you imagine? Like, even like, so what about like the thing that gets me nowadays is like the whole 18 thing.
Yeah.
Like that, like you can't like, so like, let's say like Braxton. Like, how old's Braxton? Anybody know?
I'm supposed to know how old your son-in-law is.
You're supposed to know how old my son-in-law is. So my son-in-law is at that apartment, like across the street, and it's not the best fucking apartment ever. It's not, it's what I could afford. And I mean, it's, and there's not the best people around,
He needs a gun.
Of course, but no, but let's say some fucking gangbanger lives next door and you're like, fuck. And some shit might pop off. You can't go buy a rifle, right, and walk out with it that day. And unless you're 21. And that's completely against who we are.
As a people.
Right? Because you had to defend your fucking home from the Indians. You had to defend your home from the drunken, like from other citizens. Like, you got to be able to defend yourself, and you need a firearm. Like, the fucking bows and arrows aren't going to cut it, man. Or a club. You know what I mean?
Tear gas.
Tear gas. But I think if you set up tear gas, it's illegal.
Well, I'm pretty sure the saying goes, "There's a rifle behind every blade of grass, so long as the blade of grass is over the age of 21." That's how the saying goes.
It's
and in certain states.
Yeah,
in certain states, like so a man can get another female pregnant, have a kid, try to live, and you can't protect yourself in Florida.
Well, you can go out, live on your own. You can serve your country. You
Yep.
can vote. You can do all of these things.
Buy cigarettes?
No, not anymore. They changed that too.
What? Really?
Yeah. Tobacco's 21 now too.
What? Mm-hmm. That's fucking some communism right there, man.
That is.
That happened right as I turned 18.
In the communist countries, they were smoking at 5.
The year I turned 18, they made the age of tobacco 21. That was fun.
But you don't smoke, though.
I do not. I did in Turkey.
Did you?
When I was a little lad, it was so easy to get. Nobody gives a shit about ID there.
Were you like 12 and you just buy cigarettes?
You just walk and ask for cigarettes, and they ask for
I am
money.
18.
No. They don't even. They like it's. There's no even pretending. It's just, hey, you got money? Yeah, here it is.
Okay. I like it.
I just imagine Omar like playing with like cap guns, smoking cigarettes.
That's dead on. I had
Kicking a soccer ball because he didn't have PlayStation.
I did have a PlayStation.
Oh, you did? All right.
Yeah. But I did have a lot of like little BB guns, cap guns, airsoft guns. And that was the funniest thing is, in Turkey, there's no gun culture. You don't see guns around. So none of the toy guns have orange tips or anything. So me and my friends were just, 6 little brown boys running around the neighborhood with AKs, just like completely indistinguishable from a real one from afar. And we're just running around pointing them at people, and nobody thinks anything of it. They're just like, oh, this kid's playing.
With the cigarette hanging out of your mouth?
With the cigarette hanging out of my mouth,
Yeah. Right now.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine here if there were 6 little brown kids running around with AKs?
I make that case a lot. Like I would go to my friend's house so we could play like pretend, shooting at each other with the airsoft guns. To go to his house, I would walk down the street with the rifles like slung on my back, just walking around with guns on my back, and they're toy guns, but there's nothing that indicates that they're toys, and nobody batted an eye.
You've never done a video with AKs. Is that like on purpose?
Oh, 100% it is.
Because you don't want to like increase the stereotypes.
Do you have AKs in here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We have that wall over there. No, I've made this point on the podcast before, is that like as cool as AKs are, I'll never own one, because me with an AK is not a good look. It's there's a lot of the joke I make a lot is that like pretty much everybody who's served this country has been specifically trained to shoot a guy that looks like me holding an AK. So
okay. Because I was even thinking about it the other day, like, man, why can't I get him to shoot videos with AKs?
ARs and Glocks.
Yeah, there's no way. He's not going to do it.
I got to have like
ARs,
quick deploy
Glocks,
American
shotguns.
flags readily available. I need to invent a hat like that where I can just tug on something and it just drapes like a big cape, just an American flag.
I'm sure he could probably get you one.
It says "good guy" on it. Don't shoot.
That's a shitty thing to live with, dude. I'm sorry.
It's all in my head.
It's still though. It's perpetrated by our society though.
I mean, for good reason. I'm not a fucking liberal. I'm not like, I'm getting racist to get like, yeah, if a bunch of guys that look like me blow up, they take over some planes. Yeah, you fucking watch out for guys that look like me. I'm not one of the people who live in this, fantasy world where it's like, oh, like Zoran Mamdani was saying, where he's just like, oh, the day after Islamic fucking radicals blew up the World Trade Center, people were uncomfortable sitting next to someone with a hijab. Like, yeah, duh. They fucking blew up the World Trade Center. Yeah, duh.
Yeah, duh.
I just don't want to feed into it.
Who really blew up the world?
How do you feel about how do you feel about Zoolander Mundavi?
Zoolander Mundavi.
Yeah, isn't that his name, Zoolander Mundavi?
Yeah, why not? I think it's amazing. I love that he got elected. I was hoping that he would.
Why?
It's going to be so fucking funny when the financial, capital of the world just goes completely belly up. And then, you can point at it, because the argument is so hard to win nowadays when people just, oh yeah, but real socialism hasn't been tried. That's like all the times, can you point to me one time where it's worked? And the socialists will tell you, oh, there's never been socialism. Every example that you point out where it's failed is not real socialism.
Well, anybody who's old enough to actually realize and remember socialism knows it's failed everywhere.
Exactly. But people that are my age who, go to college and then go to TikTok.
Be a socialist.
Yeah, they go, oh, well, that wasn't democratic socialism. This one's democratic socialism, and this one's going to work for sure.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to 2 years from now, when all of these plans that he's laid out that are supposed to be completely funded by billionaires paying more taxes, it's going to be really fun to see how he spins that around when there are no more billionaires in New York.
They're going to be eating their pets in New York.
I think it was... this is something that I've changed my opinion on radically recently, where it's like I always thought you got to, the right person has to win the election because it's better for the people that are there. Nowadays, if you as a city or a state are electing this guy, live with it. And then we can all point at it and go, see, that's what happens when you elect that guy.
And learn.
Yeah. Because people deny everything nowadays. They'll tell you, again, with the whole communism thing, they'll tell you, oh, real communism hasn't been tried, real socialism hasn't been tried. If we just did it, there would be zero crime. It's the same opinion I hold about defund the police and stuff, where they tell you, oh no, we shouldn't have police. We should just have social workers that respond to violent people, shooting so that they can give them mental help. Like, you know what? If a city is willing to vote for that, let them. Just let them completely get rid of their police force. Let them just send social workers to every call and just see what happens.
Do you think he won fair and square?
100%. I
think it's a psyop though. I think that Zoolander got money from he got if you look at where his money came from, his money came from pretty sources that you would think would not support an Islamic guy.
Joe Biden could have won that race.
But
it was against Andrew Cuomo, the guy who killed all of their grandmas.
But the thing about Zoolander is I don't think it's real. Like I think it's just a fucking hustle. Like I think it's designed to of course like it's like people are getting paid. Nothing's going to change. And I think it's designed to promote Islamic hatred in America. And I think when an attack will come, because an attack will come, when it'll come in and it gets through, people can go, look.
Time for regime change in Iran.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, so the real fucking conspiracy theorists think that people who want to topple Iran funded Zoolander to get into New York, to preemptive get people who might be in New York who buy land somewhere else and leave, that to promote real estate in their country, and then when an attack happens, which most likely it will because there's over 10,000 fucking radical Islamics through the borders, right? Eventually there's an attack going to happen. Most likely it'll probably happen near New York. Then it'll produce so much Islamic hatred throughout the United States that everybody will band together, and there'll be regime changes in Iran, and we'll be back in the sandbox.
That has got to be one of the weirdest theories I've ever heard. And the longest.
You haven't heard any of my theories.
Have you heard about the Freddie Mercury theory?
We can't talk about this every episode.
Okay.
Regardless of who funded him, like I've heard a couple people saying like, oh, they cheated the election of Zoran when anybody could have won that election. He was running against Curtis Sliwa and Andrew Cuomo.
I agree.
Nobody is fucking voting for Andrew Cuomo.
Nope.
He killed all of their grandmothers.
Yep.
Like all of them. He was obviously going to lose, and Curtis is the most New Yorker guy I've ever seen in my life.
He was grabbing like he was groping women and killing grandmas.
He
I got stabbed on my way to the subway.
Those debates are some of the funniest things to ever come out of politics. That was amazing. But yeah, I think regardless of if your conspiracy theory is correct that he was funded by Israel or whatever,
I didn't say that.
You implied it.
Funded by them. Who's giving them the money?
Regardless of who funded him, Zoran would have won that race.
It's think about it though. Like, what if an attack happens in New York?
Well, it's going to happen in New York.
Because it's they want to get New York. What if everyone's going to look towards Zoolander and they're going to look towards Iran and they're going to ask for regime change?
You know about Occam's razor?
No. Is it adjustable? I need a new one for my head.
The simplest answer is usually the correct one. I think they ran a populist against Andrew fucking Cuomo, and you get what you deserve.
See, you missed the conspiracy theorist episode. Because
I'm glad.
But the conspiracy theories are as American as apple pie, and that would go against the razor rule. Conspiracy theories are not the simplest answer. There's layers upon layers upon layers of
that stuff. I believe
something happened. Where'd that guy get the money? Like if you look at his donors, Zoolander got money from.
Because the fucker's rich. He comes from an extremely wealthy family. He played this whole con game of being like, "Oh, I'm one of you. I'm just like you, working class people." The motherfucker's never had a job in his life.
He was a rapper.
It's not a job.
He was a rapper.
He had Ugandan special forces at his wedding at his hometown, like 20 guys with AKs. I mean, is. Yeah. We did stories on that. 20 Ugandan commandos. Their units are different than ours. I guess you could call them
in the States?
No, in Uganda. When he went home.
Is he really from Uganda though?
That's where he lived.
That's where he lived?
Yeah.
Oh, for up until certain. So, do you think Charlie Kirk 30-06? You're a gun guy.
I don't know.
Oh. And are you still shooting?
All the time.
What are you shooting lately?
I have my staccato.
Which one?
The what is it? The C2?
The C2?
Older one.
Okay.
I love it. Love it. And then I have a nice AR from
Bob Keller?
Yeah, it's a Bob Keller signature.
Is Bob Keller still around?
Yeah, you should go to his range.
Is it far?
It's about an hour.
Now we've got a couple ranges where we go and
Not like this, brother. Range Works, WERX.
Oh, I've heard of that place.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, someone tried to get me to come out there. So
Go.
just come out and just try it free. Just come out.
Yeah, you should
Everyone-
go.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to a
nice
range
looking
nowadays.
place.
Yeah, it's
You
nice.
go to a public one, you're standing next to guys who are shooting. This, you get your own range.
Oh, do I get this invite? This place
We
looks
should
amazing.
all go.
Yeah,
We shoot on private land.
that's the best way to do
Yeah,
it.
all of us do,
Best way to do it.
except Dean, because Dean only wants to shoot at Guncraft.
This is also private land. Bob.
Yeah.
Sums up every time, doesn't he?
I make shit up all the time when it comes to you, Dean.
I love it.
Now, one thing I do want to talk about, like you're going to be seeing, we're launching suppressor machine gun shoot at Guncraft, which is happening on
Excellent.
March 15th. People who are coming include B&T, 6 Hour, Daniel Defense, Sons of Liberty, like all the major brands are coming and supporting it. So you guys will be hearing stuff like that. So make plans. 3/15, March 15th, 2026. And then we're going to be doing a big event here at the shop. It's going to be like a fucking festival. We'll have Friday, Saturday, like we'll have a big tent out front, and then all the vendors will be here hanging out. And then you'll get to try their stuff. Like you'll be able to go to Genesis and shoot their full auto shotgun. And then if you want to buy one and do the paperwork on it, you can come. Remember, you told me you would do paperwork that day.
I'll do paperwork for you if you want me to. Yes.
Yeah, remember, you'll be able to go get paperwork from Omar because he's the king of NFA. And
Ooh,
then,
Andrew hasn't stolen my title.
no, of course not. No,
You don't think he's the king?
No, you're the king of
told him.
No, you're
He's
the
the
king of
prince.
NFA. he's
He's the prince of NFA.
he's not the prince. He's like the,
Prince Andrew.
he's like he's like the he's the prince of the poopy pickle. Do you know about the poopy pickle?
I don't want to know about the poopy pickle, though.
It's a bar that Andrew and Luke go to.
No, I've never been.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
You go to the poopy pickle.
Never been down to the pickle.
Can you get Bob Keller on here?
Sure.
You think maybe he would do it? Does he do podcasts or anything?
Yeah, I know he does podcasts.
Does he have his own or something like that?
He had one with me for a while.
Yeah.
And we just laughed too much. And then I left Gannett and it went to shit.
Why don't you have your own podcast?
I do so much writing. I'm so
It's a different
fucking
medium,
busy.
though, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, when you see, I'm doing about 2 stories a week. Each one of those takes days, or weeks to prepare, sometimes months to get ready.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Like what? Like how?
Well, you're basically saying in some of these stories that you, the government official, are doing things wrong, or you, the government official, are doing things illegal. There's 80 X's I got to get crossed before we can run with that story, or they're going to fucking sue us. And they're going to own a chunk of me, and they'll own a chunk of Second Amendment Foundation.
You know, it would be really cool if we took different events in Second Amendment history or in the history of the government being against the Second Amendment, different things that have happened that you're an expert on, and then just ask you to come on and talk about it.
Sure.
Like if we did a Ruby Ridge episode
Oh, yeah.
where you just sat and because you have a very calm demeanor and you're
I'm shaking right now. I'm so still saying.
no, but you have a calm demeanor and you only are going to speak on facts. You're not going to speak on any hyperbole. You're not going to exaggerate, and you're an expert on a bunch of shit.
Thank you.
Like we could have you talk about Ruby, all the different things that have happened.
Be happy to.
Yeah.
Be happy to educate.
What do you guys think about that?
It sounds like a great idea.
Awesome, man.
Still that one question. Charlie Kirk, 30-06?
See, that's
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
fuck no. Fuck no, no, it evaporated his head.
Yeah, it would have.
It would evaporated like if it hit his neck, it would have took out a huge chunk of
Depending on the type of round, too.
any type of 30-06 is going to take a huge amount of flesh away from a neck shot. It would have evaporated that whole piece of his body, and there'd be red mist all behind
I
it.
just hate to think of it. We lost him.
It sucks.
Dude, I
Yeah.
still see clips of him like
Yeah.
every day. They still upload clips like, so I'll see a new video where it's like, 7 hours ago, Charlie Kirk debates, whatever, and it's just like I get through half of the video before it really hits me.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't handle it. I haven't watched him since I mean, I watched him like I think the morning of. The morning of, I was watching him feeding the dogs. Every morning I feed the dogs and I watch something, and I was watching him the morning of that it happened on 10/10, right?
9/10.
9/10.
That was the same day that open carry was legalized. Remember?
What do you think about that, Lee?
Hey, I open carried for 10 years when I was a policeman.
So you've had enough?
I fully support your right to open carry.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it.
We're happy that it's here. So
Yeah.
because I carry my gun on the outside, so it's constantly flat. People see it, and so now I can't go to jail.
Yeah. I think it's a great move. I think we should have more freedoms with our firearms. I'd love to see open carry of Uzis. I don't care. I think we have far too many laws in this country right now. I mean, look at what you were just talking about, the shit that you have to go through with the ATF.
That's amazing.
It just makes me so angry. And I know the kind of business you do here. And I know how good you are at it. The fact that you have this government monopoly that can come in here and take away your livelihood if they really wanted to.
They really want to.
Yeah, it just pisses me off.
The only thing you can guarantee them not doing anything to you is if you have a perfect audit, no mistakes.
But how many guns are you? If you're a little tabletop,
8,000.
If you're a little tabletop gun shop where you're selling one gun a month, fine. But I mean, you're selling how many?
8,000 a year,
Oh, Jesus!
sometimes more. Like how many did we do? How many did we transfer last year?
A lot. I don't know off the top of my head. It's a lot.
It's like it's something ridiculous, but what we had I don't know, so during the Biden year, so right when Biden hit, when it looked like he might win, I started getting Chris, my compliance guy, prepared for him. Like, look, if it comes fucking day one, they might come, and we've got to be ready. And so he wins, and we start getting ready, and then he releases the 7 or the 3 deadly sins or whatever the fuck he talked about. Remember that?
Yeah.
And if you had any one of these, you lose your license automatically.
Yeah.
And then right when he popped on, I start getting reports from lawyers like, dude, they're just going through areas and shredding shops, and like people are losing their licenses left and right. And we prepared, and they finally came, and we had them out in 2 days.
Well, what do you have? 50, 60 employees?
50.
50.
50.
I mean, that's 50 people who would be looking for work.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, just
And they just shut things down.
yeah.
It's what are you gonna do?
Abolish the ATF.
Exactly.
I mean, it's something I think, to me, I've created a world that it's important to me. It's important to me. Of course, I want to fucking make money. Like I want to be able to. And when I started, all I wanted to do was be able to pay for lunch. Like when I wanted to.
Great story.
I wanted to be able to make enough money to go to Applebee's. Because when I worked as a working stiff, or when I worked as a waiter, you would have all these people come in, and I was like, how could these people have enough money to buy lunch? Buy lunch at a restaurant on a daily basis, once a week, twice a week. And it's all I wanted to do was have enough money to go to Applebee's. And so I've created a place where I can be myself, and I can have dogs and have cool people work as my employees. But it's a big responsibility, because if you don't have shops, people can't have guns.
Yeah.
And if so, you have the ability to arm people. And I've had more than one story where guys come in, remember the most recent one was a guy came in, he's like, look, fucking guy came in and he was gonna fucking hurt us, and I shot him. And guy home invasion or macro or something. I sold the guy a macro. There was a home invasion in North Bradenton. He didn't hear about it. I was like, where is it? Why is it on the news? He's like, we don't want it on the news. And neither does North Bradenton. But the guy broke in, he shot the guy, and the guy would have hurt his wife and his small child. And that kind of stuff happens when you sell firearms to people. Also, if you're not fucking careful and you're not diligent, bad people get firearms. We've had, I remember one time we refused. We had this fucking transsexual person in, and we were like, oh shit. And her husband started filling out the paperwork, and we're like, your wife was touching the gun, so she's got to do the paperwork. And the transsexual was like, I can't do it. And I'm like, why is that? Well, I said, you got something on your record or something, right? You've been committed or something. She's like, yeah, how do you know? And I'm like, good guess. And they're like, and I said, good guess. And she's like, yeah. And she started getting kind of violent, and we had to throw them out. But it's every gun dealer's responsibility to make sure that bad people come in and they don't get your guns because they can hurt people with them.
Let me ask you this. You would operate the same way without ATF supervision, wouldn't you?
Yes.
What's the problem then? We got to get rid of them.
Well, because I don't think you can fight the blob that much, man. I don't think it's possible to get rid of them. I think if you get rid of them and you let the states take over, and you have the states take over and there's a state DOJ or something, there has to be some type of standard that people have to follow because other people won't follow it.
No.
Like people in Miami.
Right.
Sorry, Miami. No, but I mean, people will what does our government showed us? Our government, like the Western democracies have showed us that if you don't watch people like a hawk, they will fuck you. Yeah. And how corrupt is our government? How corrupt is society right now? I mean, people are are humans naturally corrupt? And so you're going to let every person just run around. I mean, it'd be chaos. But I'm not that smart. I've created my world and this is my contribution. You know what I mean?
That's a positive one, incredibly positive.
But the other smart people can figure that other shit out. But I mean, can we abolish it? Let's fucking try.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Fuckers. It's so scary. You want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
All right. So when we had gotten in trouble, and we got in trouble, and we got our first and the ATF was like, all right, if you got in trouble, but you're not in trouble anymore, we're gonna come back, we're gonna do an audit, and if you pass your audit, you're fine. Like, great. So they come unannounced. Boom! It's fucking scary as fuck. And when you get done with an ATF audit, they do a thing called a closing conference. So closing conferences can go two ways. One way is that goes and they tell you all the bad shit you've done, and you got to usually have an attorney right there.
Oh God!
And they'll go through it and they'll tell you a bunch of bad stuff that you've done, and it's harrowing, and that's it, and it's over. When it's a good audit, they do it, and it's like just a talk amongst friends, and they're like, "Oh, you did a good job," and whatever. So, and I've never had one of those, a good one up until that point. So it was great, and I'm like, "Well, fuck, this is awesome." So I go in the bathroom and like start crying, right? Because I'm that emotional over it, and it's so traumatic, having them in here. Like it's such a scary thing, and I hear like pop, and I'm like, "Fuck, that was Glock 40." So I come out, and the whole showroom is filled with smoke.
Oh God!
And one of our customers had a negligent discharge, and it shot right past the ATF when they were walking out.
And hit him.
No, it didn't hit him. It went through the window. It hit the pylon outside, and then the pylon exploded onto the ATF's car.
Oh God!
And that's a true story.
Oh, what did they do? Anything?
No, there's nothing you can do. It's
Good.
a negligent discharge.
Good.
They called their boss to see if there's anything they could do, but there's nothing they could do, and they left, and that was it.
So they tried to do something.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm sure.
One of the things you hear the most from the ATF is, if we could arrest you, we would.
Oh my God.
Like they always say, like if you start talking to them, like no, you're not in trouble. Believe me, if we could arrest you, we would. I've heard that a lot.
That's dicks. I mean, coming from somebody who arrested people for a while.
It's how it is, man.
That's dicks.
It's just, that's reality. Like, what am I going to do? Go be a waiter? But the thing that if you ever get a chance to speak to people in different circles, what's really needed is a legal fund.
Yeah.
Like legal advice, lawyers that you can use, like, because there's scammers out there. There's people who are too expensive. So if you get in trouble as a gun dealer, or if you commit a gun crime, that you can pay for, because if you don't have that right, it's just like it's court. If you don't have a good lawyer, you're going down.
Yeah. And the government, they'll have 2 or 3 or 4, 10 if they need them.
10, they have as much they have as much of our money as possible. Remember all that money. It's our money. We're gonna fuck you with our money.
Tate had one attorney and he was done.
Yeah. Oof. It's you're amongst friends here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Well, we're gonna call it. We want to thank Lee Williams, and we want to have you back on. I think saying, hey man, let's talk about Ruby Ridge, and you just going into it, or hey man, let's talk about this that happened, or this or that, or I see something. Or staccatos. They're coming to the machine gun shoot.
Okay.
They're going to have their own little bay, and they're going to be demonstrating stuff.
I have not shot the new one with the Glock grips.
It's amazing.
Glock mags.
We probably, if Omar didn't take off to the bathroom, we could talk about the new one. So like Omar shot the brand new one with the Glock 19 mags. Mm. Yeah, but it's amazing. The trigger is better than the C2s.
I like, for me, the C2 is perfect.
Yeah. Have you tried this? Have you heard about changing the grip out of the C2 to the P?
No, I have not.
Oh. You get a P, right? You get a P grip, you throw so you make like a staccato X, basically, like a 19X.
Sure.
Is that Duke? Oh, great. Duke's here. You wanted to come?
Yeah, I was crying by the door.
Oh.
That's Duke. Yeah, he's 17 years old. Hey, Duke. When the ATF audits us, he sits by their thing and farts all day long. Omar, what did you think of the, what's it called, the C3?
The 3.6?
The 3.6.
Oh, phenomenal trigger. Phenomenal trigger. I like Glock mags, so got to give it that. It doesn't delete recoil. You say the word staccato, my mind immediately goes to the XLs and the XCs and
smooth. How
smooth they shoot. This one's, shoots
poppy.
About on par as a 19, I would say, just with a way nicer trigger. I think it's a good gun. I personally would not carry something so expensive because it's a lot of money to me. But yeah, if you want to carry a gun that's, a proper like 19 size compact size with just a phenomenal trigger, it's great. It's cheap mags. It does flip though.
Yeah, cheap mags. You don't know how much I've spent on my staccato mags.
Yeah, they cost.
We do.
Yeah,
they cost a lot of money. So Glock mags are awesome. I don't know. I really want to shoot one next to a C2.
Okay.
Because they're about the same size.
That one.
Oh yeah.
Or a CS.
Or a CS. It's closer in size to the C2 than it is the CS. So I want to shoot them next to each other and see if the recoil difference is present between the two models. Because again, in my mind, the staccatos I've shot most are XLs or XCs. So I'm trying to draw that comparison, which is not a fair comparison to draw whatsoever. So I'd like to shoot it again next to a C2.
We can make that happen.
Yeah.
So we could make a video of all the staccatos.
That'd be cool.
God.
That'd be cool, right? We can make a video with you shooting all of them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We could make that happen, right, Eric? All right, so my dog is walking around the set, probably wanting to go outside. So we're going to have to call it. We want to thank Lee Williams for coming in, the gun writer.
For having me.
We'd love to have, man, it was so nice for you to pop up and get to come on. Remember to smash the like button and, hit out the notifications. If you have the chance, come to our gun shop in Sarasota, Florida. We'll hang out, talk about suppressors and different things. We have a machine gun suppressor shoot coming on March 15th. We have Instagram, Facebook. And we appreciate you watching us. I will see you. Thank you guys for your time.
Always.
We're out.